The Shop Manager is ready for another episode, so let's keep rolling with the how-to series. And this episode will concentrate on plastic trim care and restoration, and in particular, the black piano finish plastic trim, normally found on A, B, and C pillars. This particular vehicle was repeatedly run through a tunnel car wash, and this is the result. We have our work cut out for us, so let's get started. Before we start to correct these areas, however, they're normally surrounded by some rubber seals or plastic trim, and we don't want to rubber pads up against them and damage them in any way or even cake them with polishes or residue. My favorite masking tape for these areas are the 3M Precision, the Delicate Surface by 3M, or the Car Pro masking tape. So let's get to protecting these areas, and we can get started and maybe even put a line of tape down the middle of this rather wide piece of trim on the back pillar here and do a 50-50. Luxury Microfiber has some excellent pads for this area. If you're going to use a full-size polisher on a larger area, if not, maybe a 3-inch polisher would work best in most cases. When it comes to the correction fluids, I rarely use a cutting compound in this situation. It's mostly medium cut compounds all the way down to fine finish polishes. The polishers I normally go to will have a shorter throw, and a 3-inch polisher is actually best. The shorter throw polishers are perfect because these areas are rather soft. The materials are softer and thinner than clear coat. In this area, we're going to start with a medium polish pad and the Kochchemi M302. The polisher will be run between the third and the fourth speed setting, not a ton of pressure, and we keep the polisher moving. Once again, these surfaces are a bit more delicate than clear coat, so we need to be careful with them. Also, a quick tip when you're wiping off the polish residue on these surfaces, I always grab a nice plush microfiber, hopefully edgeless, or if it does have an edge, maybe with a silk border, because it really is easy to mar them again after they're corrected, and you'll just be chasing your tail that way. All right, huge improvement here, but however, we have left a little bit of hazing and some light marring behind. We need to step down. We did use a medium polish and a medium polish pad. These delicate surfaces need to be finished if you're going to start that strong. We have to remember we're using scratches to remove scratches. I hope that makes sense, but we're using finer scratches and finer scratches as we take each step down until eventually the naked eye cannot pick them up, and it really actually looks glossy and reflective for us. So here I switch pads. I moved to an application pad, a black application foam pad. This is very, very soft, and we're going to use a finish polish and bring out some clarity. You can repeat these first steps, even the second steps, as often as necessary. Just remember, the finishes on these surfaces are a bit thinner and a bit softer than the rest of the vehicle, so there has to be a point where you just stop. You can either live with the results and have that talk with the customer, or chase after perfection and risk burning through. Okay, let me remove masking tape. I'll wipe off the residue, bring you guys in so we can all take a look, and I'll decide then if I want to take another pass either with the medium polish or the finish polish, or just let it be and enjoy the results as they are. Very nice results in just a little bit of time that we were working on the plastic trim. Remember, the trim here, even though it looks like it's cleared, it is a plastic surface, just like clear coat is a form of plastic. So overheating and overdoing it is something we want to avoid. There are some areas that are discolored because of a little bit of leaching from the high alkaline soap that has been in contact with the car on a daily basis. They might not be able to be repaired and probably have to be replaced. Okay, let's switch to another effective combination. I was already there. This actually looks pretty good, so I'm just going to swap pads. We're going to keep using the same polish, but swap out to the black application pad, and the results are impressive. Moving right along, and there's no shortage of this type of material on this particular vehicle. We are now at the B pillars, and it just so happens that the A and the B pillars are the worst on this vehicle here, taking the brunt of the damage from those wraps. Let's try something a little different. We'll team up a 3-inch Eurofiber 50/50 pad with the Sonax Perfect Finish. A little bit more aggressive, but as these two areas towards the front of the car took the brunt of the damage, it's going to call for something just a little bit more aggressive. And again, you're going to have to count on finishing down, and an extra step will be needed. Already nice improvement. Let's carry on and finish both pieces here on the B pillar and then finish it out. Something to share if you're using an extremely plush microfiber on these types of materials, just the movement of rubbing up and down produces static cling, and the fibers, if they are coming loose from that microfiber, will really stick to that type of material. And I just grab a shorter nap microfiber and finish up. Okay, let's continue. The very last piece on the driver's side, that is the A pillar, and that faces forward and takes a beating from actually quite a few fronts. So we'll try 3D1 this time. A lot of the trim pieces in this area calls for smaller polishers. Go ahead and grab them and use them. Not only around the mirrors, but up around the edges surrounding the window glass panes themselves. You're going to need a smaller polisher to perfect them as well. Just a quick tip, in some circumstances on some vehicles you may get some transfer, and that could be from either one of two things: either a tinted clear on top of that trim, or just the piece of plastic itself with no clear covering or clear coat on them, and you're just getting transfer from the material itself. Again, need to remind you, don't polish or compound or cut too deep. Burning through these areas is not pretty. All right, let's take a look at some before and after shots. And how far you go in these areas really depends on the package and the budget that allows you to spend time on these areas. You can go a little bit further, do maybe one or two more passes, or cut time short and just do a quick one step on all of these pieces. Either way, there will be huge improvements. And that will do it for this installment of the How To series. I hope it helps. Many, many more to come. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. I'll catch you in the next video.